Alright, we got the Predator 2, based off the old Sega Genesis Predator 2 game, I believe. It looks like a Sega logo on there that NECA has NECA-anized. Yeah, the classic video game box series, I guess you could call it. It has like that unique, I guess, 16-bit now. You guys are up to 16-bit graphics. You can see like a screenshot right there. I think some of the background and stuff. There's a little bit of a background in there. We'll check that once we get it open. But there's the figure there, done in like a dark gray, tan, and blue paint scheme. A couple of accessories. Cool looking figure. So really dig the packaging on these. Alright, the Predator 2 video game Predator out of the box, and this guy looks awesome. I really dig the... It's almost like an artistic interpretation of a classic figure, you know, even though it's done based on the 16-bit video game likeness, where they only had certain amount of pixels to work with and certain colors that they were able to use. Translating this into a 3D modern sculpt is really cool, and I really dig it. I have the whoa, there goes bad blood trying to fall over. But I just pulled away the Predator 1 Predator there in all his monochromatic glory. A really cool figure. One thing you'll notice on a lot of these guys is the paint isn't as heavy on the back, which some figures are like that, like the Lava Predator. They didn't do a whole lot on the back. Same as him too, but that's fine. I'm totally cool with the minimalist on the back. I think it's pretty neat. You have like almost a skeletal kind of look there on the sides and back, which I really dig. It's almost like a two-tone kind of thing. They have like some outlines and highlights done in blue, with the main body being like a dark purpley gray with some tannish brown with some lighter tan highlights with some blue highlights on top of that as well. Really cool. Really dig it. Like the paint. It's your basic Predator 2 sculpt. He doesn't have splayed hands. He has the gripping hands. That way he can grip his essentially two-toned staff here, which is fully extended, and the glaive there, which I don't think either of his hands, are going to be able to hold this, but it will go into his holster. And then of course you get the somewhat pixelated paint job skull and vertebrae. So let me dress this guy up in his... Well, actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's go through his articulation and stuff. Well, I got him here with the stuff off. So you get your basic articulation. You got the ball jointed head, and you got the ball hinged shoulders, which are somewhat slightly hindered by his armor. You can kind of get around that because it is rubbery. It does have a single point elbow with a swivel, ball jointed wrist, ball jointed waist. Does have the standard now ball hinge swivel thighs, and get all of his gear where it's supposed to be ish. Double jointed knees and ball hinge feet. Now this one, when I took him out of the box, it was like somebody had already pre tested out his articulation. Nothing stuck, nothing popped, nothing cracked. All his articulation was really smooth out of the box. The only thing I've not tested, and I'm testing it right now, is his gun, which, yep, the ball joint and the rail all work properly. Now his plasma caster's on his shoulder, which is cool. So yeah, let me put this guy out with his accessories on him, and we'll check him out again. Alright, here's the Predator 2 Game Predator with his gear on, and he looks awesome. Love the colors, love the accessories. Just the fact that his holster's not empty is awesome. He holds everything really good, really well, actually, more grammatically correct. Now I did notice it seems like his hands are a little more rubbery than normal. Now these other guys have been out here just as long, and it seems like their fingers and stuff aren't as rubbery as this guy, but I don't know if this is in shot, but his fingers are really rubbery, which is kind of cool. I didn't feel like I was going to break his fingers at all when I had to pry him open a little bit to get the spear in there, nor for the skull. So I really like that. The fact that they kind of hold their shape fairly well, but they're still rubbery. I kind of like that. It's an improvement. If that's going to carry forward, this is the newest Predator figure that I've gotten. I don't think anything has come out after this guy. I'm really pleased with the way this guy turned out. Stick him next to his I guess his brother-ish here. And they look really cool together. So really glad I picked this guy up. I really like the paint job. I think a little bit more than this one. I think the some of the paint, some of the really sharp edges they used on the face mask kind of throw it off a little bit. I really dig the way the body turned out on the first one. But this one seems like there's a little more softer edges, and just that extra color, or extra colors really do bring a lot into it, and I don't think they're really cool. So, you know, if you're just in for the movie style figures, you may not like these so much. They'd be really good for maybe shooting in low light or specialized light setups. You know, if they're like a background character, I think that would really work. But they look really cool, and they don't look too far off if you put them next to the, you know, to your other movie style or Kenner style Predators. I mean, you know, you got these guys here and stuff. They kind of give you a little more of a texture there across the figures, but they don't look too super out of place. So yeah, pretty neat. So for the Predator 2 Game Predator, I'm giving this guy 2 thumbs up. I'm giving him a 9.0. I think if you have held off on getting the video game line figures, I think this is a good one to start with. It gives you an idea on what kind of applications that they put on them. A lot of times I see these guys sealed at Toys R Us whenever they get them in. Thanks for watching. I want to say, if you don't have one, get one. And comment down here and like, and then subscribe wherever that button is. And yet again, 2 thumbs up for the Predator 2 movie video game Predator. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.